Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we will be going through my round 23 tips for the 2021 AFL season, and today we're going to switch it up. I've not ever done this for a tipping video because it is round 23 and so many outcomes can occur to change the top 8. We're going to be hopping on website Squiggle, and so basically what Squiggle is, if you do not know, you basically predict the games and then the ladder changes by the games on what you predict them to be. So say for example, I predict Essendon to win, they'll probably stay in the 8, and yeah, there's just one example. And then if I tip West Coast to win, or maybe Richmond to win, they could move up. Anyway, we'll get straight into it and we'll see who makes the top 8 from here. Last round of the season. Now this is going to be an important tipping, but as well in this tipping, we'll be going through my round 22 tips to see how I did last week in the tipping, and we will get straight into it. So for round 22, I did not realise this. Holy crap. I got a, well, nearly perfect score of 8 out of 9 tips correct. I never actually knew that. I never check my tips during the round. So I just basically wait until I film the tipping video to see how I did in the round. And Jesus Christ, 8 out of 9, that's probably my best performance yet. And the only one I got wrong was the Hawthorn one. So not a bad round of tipping at all. So it started off Friday night at GWS and Richmond. I tipped the Giants to win it by 22. I was off by 17 points in that one. The Giants absolutely flogged, and they are looking like they could go actually a fair way into the finals for this year. And then on Saturday, 1:45 at UTAS, it was the Hawks and the Doggies. This was such a scrappy game, and I do not know how the Hawks got a hold of the Dogs, but they somehow did. And the Dogs are going to need to, well, play a much better brand of footy than that if they want to do any good in the finals. So hopefully, well, they probably will get a top 4 spot if they win this week, and yeah, hopefully they can go far into finals for the Doggies fans. But got that one wrong, and that was the only one wrong I got for the round. Moving on, it was 4:35 at Adelaide Oval, and the Blues, boy oh boy, they were leading in the second quarter, I'm pretty sure, and they ended up losing it by 95 points in the end to Port. So massive win for Port Adelaide. That'll really get their season hyped up and everything ready for the finals. So I got that one right. And then moving on to Geelong, St Kilda tipped Geelong, got that one right as well. Moving on, it was Brisbane and Collingwood, and the Pies I think were in this. No, I don't think they were actually ever in this. I think they might have been in front in the first quarter, but then the Lions just ran away with it. Absolute huge win. Then it was 7:40 at Marvel Stadium. It was North Melbourne and Sydney. I tipped Sydney to get the job done. Very, very shocking game. Very, very boring game to watch, actually. Hopefully you guys, I'll probably rather watch the Lions and Collingwood game than the North and Sydney game. That shows how boring it was. But also got that tip correct. Tipped the Swans in that one. Moving on to the Sunday games, Melbourne and Adelaide. Obviously we knew what happened earlier in the year. Adelaide finally broke the D's winning streak. I think it was of maybe 9 in a row or something. And got that one right. I tipped the D's to win it. Moving on, it was 3:20 at GMHBA. I tipped the Bombers to beat the Suns, and they got that done very comfortably in the end. And also, I tipped the Dockers to win their first derby since round 3 2015, and they got it done. What a win for the mighty Dockers. It was absolute, just celebrations all around. Finally got our first derby win for, like 6 years? So really good. And especially to get the tip right, I was like, I know the Eagles will win, but if I don't tip my team, it'll just feel wrong. So I didn't go against my team, and I got it right. So now we will rip into the round 23 predictions on the computer on Squiggle, and we'll see how much different this is than just doing it on the normal tipping website, and we'll see if it is maybe better, because I might actually stick to this during finals. I reckon it would be probably a better idea to do it on Squiggle to see where all teams are placed. So here we are on Squiggle. So you go to Ladder Predictor, and then here we have it here. So I'm pretty sure I've already predicted these rounds, so we'll reset the round, and here we go. We will get through these. Now this starts off at the Gabba. I'm not sure if these games are in the proper round order for the fixture. I'm pretty sure fixture hasn't been confirmed yet either. So this one's supposed to be played at the Gabba. The Brizzy Lions, I'm going to lean towards the Lions to get this one done. And also you can see the ladder here. So let's just say, for example, I tip West Coast. They would move into 7th on the ladder. So, yep, that's just to understand how the website works. So, I'll probably lean towards Brisbane. They're coming off a massive win against Collingwood, but I feel like for some reason the Eagles will upset this one. Just because they're like, we've just lost against the Dockers, we've got to show that we're actually a decent team, but they're not. The thing is, they're not a decent team, and the Lions, let's be honest, they haven't been in the best form either recently. I'll tip Brizzy, but this one, it could go either way. I'll tip the Lions to get it done by 16, maybe in an absolute Friday night or Thursday night even thriller. Moving on to the next game is Carlton and GWS. Now this one at Marvel Stadium, I just have a feeling that the Blues will get absolutely pumped here, but they've got pumped a few times against the Giants in the past, but they've also had a few close games against the Giants in the past, so I'm not 100% sure on this one, and we can also click scores here and enter in our own scores, but I think the Giants should win this one, and I feel like they could really flog this one out the park. We will go scores, and we will let's predict a massive win. So we'll do 107 to 65. I reckon they'll get a massive win, the Giants. They'll stay 7th on the table. Now moving on, Essendon and Collingwood at the G. Now this is a huge game. Collingwood sitting 3rd last on the table, and Essendon just scraping in at 8th. So, who wins this? I think Essendon should win this, but you never know. You actually never know. Round 23, absolutely anything could happen. I'm going to go, I'll probably lean towards the Dons here. I'll probably lean towards the Dons here, as they did win earlier in the season as well, and I feel like they could really flog the Pies out the park, but for some reason I feel like it'll just be an absolute ripper. We'll tip them to win it by 5 points in the end. Moving on to GMHBA Stadium, Geelong and the D's. This is battle for top table, I think. Oh no, the Doggies are still in race for top table, and also Port Adelaide in the race for top of the table. So 2 really good teams for the season going head to head here at Cardinia Park. I think I'll lean towards the D's actually, as they have performed some pretty decent games at GMHBA in the past against the Cats. I really don't know, but like the D's aren't in that good of form. Like, I'm going to be honest, they're not in that good of form. They just came off a massive win against Adelaide, but that doesn't really show too much. But I feel like the D's could just flog this one for some reason. I tipped them earlier in the year to beat the Cats, but I feel like absolutely anything could happen here. I reckon the D's will get this one done. Let's say I feel like it's going to be under 10 for some reason. I'm going to tip an 8-point D's win. Moving on now, it is Richmond and Hawthorn, and I'm pretty sure if I tip Hawthorn here, they could finish above Carlton. So that could be crazy to see the Hawks finish above Carlton somehow, as they were leaning towards being the Wooden Spooners a few weeks ago. But Richmond, Hawthorn, probably got to tip the Tigers here, but you never know. I feel like the Tigers, just a team to lose against the Hawks. So let's go and upset here. We'll tip the Hawks to flog it by 37 points and put a bullet in the chances for Richmond to make finals. So 37 points. And there we go. Hawthorn overtake Carlton on the ladder. Now, this is probably one of the most important games of the round, if not the most important. I'm pretty sure Saints can't make finals because of their absolutely shocking percentage here. But the Dockers still can. And if we win this, I think... I'm not 100% sure, but we need a massive win here. For some reason, I'm just leaning towards the Saints in this one to win it. And just because it's at Marvel Stadium, you know, we put up really good fights there, but I don't think we'll outstand the Saints. I don't know here, probably not too big of a margin, but I feel like the Saints should win it by 19 points in the end, and they move up to 10th and end the Freo Dockers Chances Finals in 2021. Moving on now, it says at the SCG, but I'm telling you that it is not going to be at the SCG. I'm pretty sure they recorded 478 new cases today on Monday the 16th. But Sydney and Gold Coast will probably lean towards Sydney in this one. Coming into finals, they got to get a big win. And against the Suns, they really have to get a massive win here. Let's say the Swans take it out by 53 points in an absolute flogging for the Swans to get their finals just kicking in and just to get started and bring the momentum into finals to hopefully win their games. Now, Western Bulldogs and the Power, so some ripping games, top 4 games to finish off the season. We had Geelong and Melbourne played off, and also Port Adelaide and the Doggies played off. So here we go. I reckon the Dogs should win this. At Marv, I just feel like they're a stronger side. Like, obviously they lost against Hawthorn, but everyone has those bad weeks that they just lose against the shit teams. We'll tip the Doggies to win this, and I reckon we'll tip them by a healthy 21-point margin. And as you can see, that puts the Doggies second on the table, and that moves Port Adelaide down to 4th on the table. So now we've got Adelaide and North Melbourne, battle of 17th and 18th on the table at Adelaide Oval. I'm pretty sure this could be the last game of the round, if not second last, but I'm not 100% sure. Adelaide and North, I'm probably leaning towards Adelaide just. Coming off a massive loss against the D's, but I reckon this one could actually be an alright game to watch. It's either going to be an absolute blowout somehow, either way, but I feel like, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like North Melbourne actually are the better side this year. Let's go Port in an absolute flogging, because why not? We'll tip them by 45 points, the Kangaroos. They finished last on the ladder. Now, here are apparently what my finals are going to be, but we obviously won't go through my finals today, as this is just my round 23 tips. So there we have it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for recently passing the 2K mark on the channel. Absolute terrific journey so far, and hoping to grow just heaps more. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.